Mikhail, that's the name. So, who is
I'm sorry.
Anything's
Mikhail?
Grandpa?
But we haven't. Could you tell us more?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures at sea. I want to become a great adventurer, just like him.
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the watchmaker. So, perhaps it's just a coincidence? So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey, and it's been quite a while since I last saw him. So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? Tick-tock. I heard some noises from the room. Origami Bird? That's a friend of mine.
You and Origami Bird are friends?
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew. Just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. They follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best sailors.
Sailors? Can Origami...
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The Compass is a ship bound for the New World. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the ship.
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in Dreamville and never ventured out, right?
Huh? Oh, that does seem to be the weird. I clearly remember Clocky arrived in the New World in the end.
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden path.
I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the dreams of all seafarers. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath...
Have you recalled anything?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he would think of this. He often said that those moments felt like returning to...
You know... I'm not an...
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul.
Yeah. While Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass. Back then, I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him.
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the water.
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble appear to be his childhood.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life. With no connection to Penacony, could this be some sort of metaphor? Perhaps this...
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep pouring out uncontrollably. Like water. Perhaps I'll remember more things if we... I wish to share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left here.
Uh-huh. Something feels different about this place.
This is it. I remember this corridor. Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was...
The atmosphere in this room feels...
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky! You're here!
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he placed a logbook on the bookshelf in his room. They contain records of his expeditions to... He described our world as a fountain. At some point, the sea started to gradually to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. He had to continue exploring the sea. On that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. However, I could sense the gravity. I asked him if I could go with him, but he said...
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He said that he knew the crew on the train, and that he had asked them to take me along.
A train? Could it...
It's the Astral Express. I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster caused by a... Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventures. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired... The distant sound of a train whistle.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle,
Yeah.
This is the dream jigsaw.
Do you remember? Looks like we're just...
This is it. This is my room of clock. While I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, Walter gave me this workshop. And here, I learned how to repair clockworking gears out of my fondness of precision mechanics. In my dreams, I was the captain of the compass, embarking on adventures with my...
So, this building in the dream bubble is your childhood home?
Yes, but this dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks like
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
March, do you remember when she mentioned a clocky that only she could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. Her experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky. A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait.
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. just like I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away? And the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacone?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind all. How about we start with your name? Now, should we call you Misha? Oh,
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. Now, please allow me to reintroduce myself. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system, adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure, a name. Mikhail Char Legwork, or simply Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name, the Watchmaker.
So, you're the Watchmaker himself?
Unfortunately, that legendary figure is as for the child who has been with you. He's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. Friend of Clocky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic on the Express. And this also marks the beginning of his journey, devoted to the Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams, hoping to pass it on to the nameless of future. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion this...
because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in her dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning.
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through. But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor. I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Asdana, where my friends and I built the original Penacony and fought for its future ever since. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, so if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For the path, all I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and has been blessed with the presence of so many great people up to, and my hat too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing expedition will never end. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision, although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other.
In that case, then let's proceed together to the end of this dream and tell Mikhail our decision.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Haven't you? Now go! Board that train and start your journey!
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I knew it could be fixed. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
But I only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes. I'll teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan. I see. This place reminds you the people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of trailblaze. Yeah, I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever. Leave in peace, my friend. This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why? When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to...
Where are you going, watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if we lose you too?
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't find a way out? Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. If I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next watchmaker.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea.
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Penacony. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to the grave.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony. So I'll have to consider alternatives. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here.
So, A desperate struggle against the family?
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but make sure to send an invitation to the...
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux. Last night, I had a long
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you...
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket...
Yes, but when I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was when I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too.
Yeah. Every night, we boarded the compass.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me that I realized it was. So, your name should have been Compassy, and the watchmaker is...
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef.
Wait a sec.
So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Yeah.
I've traveled far enough, and it's time for a little break.
Oh. So, we'll set out...
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
This is... where it ends? You told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that supposed to be? I've been following you, Misha. You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down, we can just do what we usually do. With the club.
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is? Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape and beyond. But don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make whether it's calming, joyful, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze. Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion.